The Great Artesian Basin, Australia's hidden cash flow. Under almost a quarter of the continent sits the Great Artesian Basin, one of the biggest freshwater reserves on Earth. It stretches across Queensland, New South Wales, South Australia, and the Northern Territory, covering more than 1.7 million square kilometers and holding an estimated 65,000 cubic kilometers of water. That's roughly 130 trillion liters, enough to fill Sydney Harbor more than 25,000 times. For tens of thousands of years, that water has fed springs, rivers, and wetlands that kept life moving across inland Australia. But today, most of it is controlled by state water authorities and corporate license holders. They issue permits and entitlements that allow mining, gas, and agricultural companies to pump it out for free or for fees that don't come close to its real value. Here's what's actually happening. More than 22,000 active bores tap into the basin. Roughly 1.3 billion liters a day are extracted. Companies like Santos, Origin Energy, and Glencore use basin water for coal seam gas drilling and mineral processing. Individual gas projects such as Santos's Narrabri gas project are approved to take 12 billion liters a year. In Queensland alone, water rights for resources projects are worth hundreds of millions of dollars annually. This water is then used or redirected into the national water market, where it can trade for anywhere between $100 and $300 per megaliter, depending on the season. Private investors, including banks and super funds, treat these licenses like stock portfolios. They buy cheap in wet years, sell high in dry ones, and profit while inland towns are told to tighten restrictions. Meanwhile, traditional communities on country can't sink a bore without expensive approvals. Many Aboriginal homelands rely on trucked-in water or small-capped wells, while corporations pump freely under resource permits. That's how public land becomes private profit. Why it matters? Over-extraction. When more water is taken out than replaced by rainfall, underground pressure drops and natural springs die. It takes thousands of years for the basin to recharge. A contamination. Gas and mining projects risk leaking salt, heavy metals, and chemicals into the aquifers. Once polluted, that water can't be cleaned. With a profit gap, water trades and royalties generate billions of dollars each year for corporations and governments, but almost none of that returns to the communities living above it. Australia doesn't really have a water shortage. It has a control problem. The Great Artesian Basin could support regional towns, farms, and First Nations projects for generations, but only if access and management are returned to the people, not kept in closed-door deals between governments and investors. The lawful way forward is transparency and ownership reform. Force public disclosure of every basin water license and extraction volume. Legally require royalties from industrial use to be shared with the affected communities. Protect cultural water sites under heritage and environmental law, not corporate exemptions. The Great Artesian Basin isn't just underground water. It's Australia's hidden economy. Until the people who live on this land control how it's used, the wealth will keep flowing out from under their feet.